What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another one of Lucky Strike Living. Hurricane Milton is probably 700 miles that way, and it is coming. So it was 7 days ago where we got absolutely smoked by Hurricane Helene, and I don't even know what to say. Florida has been hit just unbelievably hard by hurricanes this year, and especially the last 2 weeks. I'll throw in some footage of what my yard looked like 7 days ago, maybe 9 days ago. Waist deep water. We almost got flooded in our house. We were probably 4 inches away. We are down here in Southwest Florida in Naples, so obviously our area didn't get hit quite as hard as the areas to our north, and our prayers and thoughts are with them. And as Hurricane Milton approaches, all thoughts and prayers are for anybody who's going to get affected, and it could be a doozy. But it has rained probably 9 inches in the last 72 hours, and we've already got pretty good flooding. The ground is completely saturated, so when this area does flood, which it will, there's going to be no place for the water to go. But unlike last hurricane, where we didn't think we were going to get that much of a storm surge, and we put the boat in the middle of a canal, the rope broke. If you want to see what Hurricane Helene did to us, I'll leave it in the description below, or just go to our last video. But this time we saw it's coming. It could be really, really bad, so we pulled the lucky strike. We've got it here in our yard, and a lot of people, what they don't realize is if you're not on the coast, right on the beach, 2 blocks from the beach, the water comes up relatively slowly. So a lot of people can ask, oh my gosh, why is your boat still here? Well, as the water comes up, I'll just get in my truck and drive it away, and we'll go to higher ground. We've already got our plan mapped out. But if this is your first time watching and you've just seen my hurricane updates, this is my boat, the Lucky Strike Living. I am a 3rd generation captain here in Naples, Florida. My family has been in Naples forever and ever and ever and ever. And the fishing generation goes back 3 generations and 4 generations of just fishermen in Naples. But this is my boat, beautiful Onslow Bay, and we are getting ready for Hurricane Milton to arrive. But it's amazing, not a breath of air, kind of a beautiful day. We did get some rain, like I said, but hope everybody is staying safe. We're going to bring you guys along. I have no clue where this video is going. I will show you the downtown Naples area, because we could get a direct hit, and Naples could be very, very different. It could go to our north, and we might not get much wind, but we'll get a lot of water. So we're going to show you guys as much as we can, bring y'all along. But for now, our thoughts and prayers are with all y'all, and the next time you see us will probably be when the wind arrives, the rain arrives. We're going to show you probably hour by hour of Hurricane Milton. Everybody stay safe. All right, y'all, 36 hours before landfall of Hurricane Milton, the calm before the storm. Can't believe how flat it is. There's virtually no waves, maybe 1 to 2 feet, but this is what it is, guys. It's on its way. So I'm not sure how familiar you are with where I am. I'm in Naples, and we are just on the south end of the cone. And at this point, it looks like Tampa, just south of Tampa, is where it's going to make landfall. But as of probably 30 minutes ago, it did make a shift to the south. And the further south this thing gets, the worse we are going to have it. So if it does hit Sarasota, South Sarasota area, this place is going to look very, very different. I've heard reports that it's going to be like Ian. I've heard reports that it's going to be a lot worse than Ian. So fingers crossed, everybody stay safe. Want to show you guys the beach one last time before we kind of hunker down and do the things we need to do to prepare for our house. Like I showed you guys earlier, most of it is completely done, but this is the last kind of relaxing moment before all hell breaks loose. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for following, and we will get back to fishing trips, diving trips, maybe some hunting videos, but the last couple weeks has been semi-miserable with these storms. So appreciate you guys staying with us, staying tuned, comment below. Anything you want to know hurricane related. Like I said, I don't know where this video is going because I don't know how bad it's going to get for us. But love each and every one of you. And we'll show you what we've got next. All right, y'all, it is officially Wednesday, October 19th, the day the storm gets here, and it is 10:17. And we're just now getting our first little bit of rain, a little bit of extra wind. But what I'm probably gonna do is do a hour by hour once it starts getting bad, but we've got plenty of water in the yard. We have no storm surge yet, but it's on its way. We're prepared. We're ready for the worst, hoping for the best, but it is what it is. I do want to show you guys something that's very, very interesting to me. You guys might find it interesting too. Is the Weather Channel has made a prediction that the hurricane's going to shift to the south just a little bit and spare Tampa for the most part. And here it is right here. So this will show you kind of where I am. So they have a prediction just a little bit south. So that is not good for us. But the interesting part is we use all of our fish wind apps, and every single one of them, so that's the icon right there, GFX, all of them still have it hitting Tampa directly. So not sure who's going to be right. We're going to see, and we're going to let you guys know which one is best. Hurricane Ian 2 years ago, which we got a heck of a lot of water in our house, all of our wind apps were correct and the Weather Channel prediction was wrong. So we're kind of hoping for the same thing for us, but want to bring you guys along, show you probably hour by hour, something like that. And Hurricane Milton, you're on your way. So because of the uncertainty of the track, if it does shift south, we are in huge trouble. So here is what we've got going. Everything is up that is important to us. Couches, washer, dryer, all of our cooking supplies that can't be dishwashed and cleaned, they're up. What a mess.
All my hurricane supplies that I got after Ian. So we're gonna seal up the doors, see if these things are worth anything, in case it seeps in. But yeah, anything you can save if water gets in your house. The idea is that it's not, but if it does, anything you can save and lift is money you don't have to spend later. So that's what we learned last time.
And I know somewhere between Tampa and here is going to be completely devastated. And just letting you guys know, probably all of you do know, we're Floridians. You loot, we shoot. So everybody stay safe out there. Like I said, we're gonna do probably hour by hour, maybe every 2 hours in the beginning, and then as it gets real bad. All right, y'all, Hurricane Milton update. You guys did see the beach, and that's the last time you're gonna see it, probably till tomorrow, but it is 4:28, so it's been about 3 hours. The wind has changed, the tide, like we said, is starting to come in. And as always, here comes the water. So we have an incoming tide tonight until I think about 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. I'll have to double check exactly. But incoming tide till about 8, maybe a little later. And then we have an outgoing tide, which is a like 1 foot drop. So it's practically going to be non-existent. But as of now, we're doing okay. Everything's put away. Winds are 20 to 30. I think our biggest gust, like we talked about last time, has still remained the same at 58. But wind is not our problem. It is the water. So the water is going to be coming up like we talked about all day, all night, and probably peak around midnight, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. But we got some water starting to rise. Other than that, not much to report. .519 update. We got some water. .519 update. Winds are about the same, maybe a little bit stronger, but like we said before, and this storm for us is going to be all water related. Winds not a big deal for us, but the water is coming up. So this will show you guys how much deeper this area is compared to over there. So when over there is like knee deep, you know it's probably waist deep over here. We got some water. So I really don't know what else to say other than show you guys kind of hour by hours, as long as something dramatic happens. But so the wind is blowing that way, and you'll see the leaves are going that way. So that's the current coming into our property. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. So you'll see this little plant right here is blowing this way, and all the water's going that way. So what can you do? All right, 519 update. See you in a couple hours. .650 update. Starting to get serious. Coming up through the pool. I have no yard. I have no driveway. This is getting to be pretty serious, guys. So as we've talked about this whole video, is water comes up not crazy fast if you're not right on the beach. If you're on the beach, then it's very, very different. So we're about 1.5 miles as the crow flies from the beach. So it comes up probably, I don't know, 8 inches an hour, 6 inches an hour. So you have time. So right now what we do, and I don't recommend this unless you have a very good beat on the weather, is, so you saw my boat, I pulled it 2 days ago, and I keep it out here in the front, in the driveway on the road, so that if the water does come up, as the water comes up, I drive it away so the boat is safe and all that good stuff. And this can be very traumatizing. So what's going on now is we're going to take the boat to its safe location, and my wife is going to go to her safe location, and I'm going to come back and try and save the house the best I can. And we're going to bring you guys along. Hurricane Milton. Rip, where did you come from? Oh, you're so happy. Wife is praying because she does not like leaving, and I don't blame her, not even a little bit. Not one single bit. So we're gonna move the boat, get my wife on her way, and then we'll be back in just a little bit. If you only knew. So here's the boat in the yard. The water's starting to come up, so it's starting to get unsafe for the boat. So we're gonna go, it's probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles from here, and it's a nice high piece of ground, and we're gonna be good to go. But yeah, on another adventure with Lucky Strike Living. If you don't know, I'm a 3rd generation captain. That is my charter boat, which I probably already said that in the video, but I'm not fishing today. We're storm chasing. But we're gonna go drop the boat off, and then we'll be back. all safe and cozy, ready to roll. You guys are probably thinking I'm nuts, but I love my boat. All right, Joe, so we dropped the boat off, and with the conditions the way they are, not too much wind, not too much water in other places, we drove around a little bit, so we're just gonna show you. So no water, no nothing.
It's 7:07.
A little breezy, yeah, 7:07. But if you were not in Zone A, which is you know, the area that floods the quickest, you're practically fine for this storm in our area. It's going to change obviously the more north you go towards Tampa, but just wanted to show you guys. We're probably 2 miles from the beach right now. You know, a little breezy, a little cloudy, nothing crazy. Pretty wild. So that's why when you hear on the Weather Channel all the time is they talk about the storm surge, the storm surge, the storm surge. Well, it's 90% the storm surge. And if you're in those zone A's, you really have to worry about it. But zone B, C, D, you're totally fine. It's kind of annoying because we are in zone A. All right, y'all. Water level right about there. So with Hurricane Helene, it got to right about there. So we are just about to get to where Hurricane Helene was about 9 days ago, 10 days ago, and it's getting real. So dropped my wife off, or she dropped me off. She's on her way to her safe place. I've got a kayak just in case things get absolutely crazy, but let's see. See what time it is. See if you can see that. 7:23. So before I do everything, so we've got everything taped, and I'm probably going to start expanding foam in a can. You see it right there, and Flex Seal. And I'm going to start that process now, just because I think it's coming. So we've got it's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:32, 33, 30. Way too much time for incoming. So I'm gonna guess that water's coming in my house. But hopefully this Flex Seal works. So here's what it looks like before, and then I'll show you after, and then I don't know what else I'm gonna show. But it's getting pretty sucky. Tide is still coming up, but here I want to show you. So here's after a few minutes. So hopefully the idea is every crack is completely full of expanding foam, all around all the doors, all that good stuff. So we are concrete block. So technically the water shouldn't be able to just flow in through it. Some people, it comes through the floor. We don't think that happens here, especially with our experience with Ian and Irma and all that. All those wonderful freaking hurricanes. So now I'm gonna take Flex Seal, so water can get through this to a certain degree. So I'm gonna let it dry just a little bit longer, and then you seal it so that no water can intrude, and then I have another barrier of expanding foam in a can on the inside. So I have some friends of friends of friends who have done it this way, and they say it helps a ton. They didn't get a drop of water on the inside. So that's the goal. That's the best we can do. But it is right now probably exactly where Helene was 2 weeks ago, which is it's very, very high. I know a lot of people have flooded. My parents' house is probably 2 inches from flooding. So 2 weeks ago they were about that far from it getting in their house. But we did Flex Seal their area, their house, every nook and cranny that we could think of. So hope and pray for the best. Lord, please protect this house, protect everybody who's involved in this storm. It's a doozy. In Jesus' name, amen. So update, you guys have probably seen it. I'm not going to pull it up my phone, but it got up to Sarasota and took a right-hand turn. Nobody predicted that. Everybody kind of thought with the track that it was taking like 3 hours ago it was going to hit Tampa. it took a right-hander, which technically should bring way more storm surge to us. Tampa, you dodged another bullet, you lucky dogs. But that's all I got. All right, y'all, got about 4 inches to go. That's the last I'm gonna film for a while. Gonna try and do my best and keep this water out of this house. So, love every one of you guys, appreciate the support. And I'm gonna do the best I can to keep my house completely dry. But that's all I got, bye. 10:37, I have been working my tail off. I have done everything I can to protect my house. I have been hard at it, foamed as best I can, making an absolute just disaster of a mess. Look at that water. My my escape route is right there, but for the time being, let's see if I can show you. So the water line now is right there, and it used to be right there. So for the time being, at 10:34, whatever I said, the water is going out. I think the water barely reached this back door in our house back here. But I don't see any water. It might have barely touched that, but I'll show you. In my house, my yard. But we stand strong. Flag is always flying. I don't know. I have a glimmer, a small glimmer of hope. Everybody stay safe. I still have power. So if you know your house, which hopefully you do, as long as none of your outside outlets go underwater, I think you can keep. Make sure there's no water right there. Make sure you keep, hold on. Yeah, we're okay. So like I said, if you know your house, make sure that all of your outside outlets stay above the water line. As long as they do, my opinion, I'm not a professional, I think you can keep the power on. But once you get electrical outlets underwater, shut everything down, shut all your breakers off, and go to candles, turn on your flashlights. But that's your tack tip of the week from me. I have no idea if it's right or not, so we haven't got to that point yet. Pray to the good Lord that the water continues to go out. I think we're gonna do it, guys. Fingers crossed for the time being. I'm exhausted, but we still have a full incoming tide starting in a couple hours, so might do my first all-nighter. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for your thoughts. I'm sitting in my chair. So that is my entrance and exit. One of them at least, because obviously all the doors are completely sealed. There's no way out but through windows. So the water, let's see. The water got to right about here, and now it's probably an inch below that step, so it's still going out. But if you guys remember, I do have an airboat and a duck boat back here, and what happened last hurricane is the water came up, the boat started to float, and they got kind of off the trailers a little bit when the water went down. So I'm gonna have to go out when the water's super high, reorganize. Hopefully I timed it right, But I'll show you guys a little bit of how deep it is, so I don't have to do all this work on the boats when it's completely dry. Let's see how deep it is. Let's see if it touched this back door. I don't think it did. It might have, I don't know. Alright, let's go swimming. Look at all the water, everybody. Airboat's still there, the duck boat's floating. I'm gonna have to raise my shorts. Ooh, it's getting deep. I'm on my tippy toes. I think my shorts are getting wet. Man, oh man, oh man, look at all the water. I'm sure I broke my well pump. It's gonna be a big cleanup, guys. But the airboat looks great. There's a good gust. Just double check on her. Yep, she's all dry, ready to go. So this was my evacuation plan if it got really, really bad and I just needed to get out. Airboat's ready to roll. Take the tarp off. The gate is open. Run out the gate. Man, what happened to all of our deer targets? So this is a boat that floats. So see how it's off its trailer? So now that the water's high, I'll be able to move it and get it just right. Oh, there are all our targets. The tires are floating. Hey, that worked. Our deer's stuck in the fence. Heck yeah. All of our targets are still there. All right, I'm gonna organize this boat just a little bit. Yeehaw! All right, boat is organized, ready to go. Back to normal. And if you want to know how all the insects, bugs, all that good stuff survive, look at that. They go to the highest point and they are crawling all over me because I didn't know they were there. Look at that. Isn't that wild? Nature is pretty cool. All right, boat's secured. You guys seen the water? That's how deep it is. Right here, it gets way deeper the further you go out in there. But you guys are just gonna have to trust me on that one, and I'm going back inside. So before I head in for the night, I'll show you the barn. Flag still flying. Oh, we got some water in here. Yep. Lifted the lawnmower. But we lifted just about everything. Oh, our surfboard started to float away. Not too bad. We will take it. It's ankle deep, and it was, so that's how much the water's gone down. This fuel can's empty, so don't worry, we're not spilling fuel. All right, not too bad, we'll take it. Oh, sweet Liberty. Water's going down. That might be it for me for tonight. I might be going to bed. I'm probably gonna go check on the boat tonight. Just double check, make sure everything's good. But tomorrow is when you get to see what actually happened in our area. I have no idea where this video is going or how long it's gonna be, but I'm gonna show you guys Hurricane Milton. But I know if the water stays its course and continues to go down, we will be doing a cookout or helping people out, because I know a ton of people got affected by this one. So fingers crossed, prayers out for every single person affected from Helene and Milton. I think we're gonna be all right, and see you guys bright and early tomorrow unless something else changes. Well, good morning. It is 2 days after the storm. Yesterday was all cleanup, making sure everybody's okay. My parents did get flooded, so taking care of their house best we could, getting all the water out, running around doing all the things we need to do to make sure everybody's safe and taken care of. But now that the chaos is waning just a smidge, thought I'd bring you guys outside and show you in the daytime what it was. So here's the water line for us. Here's what we ended up doing. So the water line got to right there. So I hope everybody is safe. I do know that there were a lot of tornadoes, a lot of flooding, a lot of wind. Horrible situation, but I want to show you guys our perspective. So there's a good water line right there. We lifted our AC unit on bricks. So we learned after Ian that everything that you can try and save, if you have time to do it, do it. Save your AC unit, save your pool pumps, save everything you can, because every dollar counts, especially when you flood, because it can get super expensive. But I do want to show you guys the barn, because the barn on the inside, we got about 13 inches of water, and it's wild to see the difference in elevation. So this to me looks about the same height, just about the same, pretty close. But here's our water line on our bucket. Right there. So, absolutely insane. I'm gonna head to my parents' house again in just a little bit, but I will show you a little bit of the ride on the way. It's been a doozy. It really has. This water right here out there was, you guys saw it, almost belly button deep. So that's Hurricane Milton. It took a 90-degree turn and hit everybody south of Sarasota with the surge. Thoughts and prayers again out to everybody. This is it's pretty sucky. So we're driving in Brookside, which is one of the lower places in Naples, and we have a creek that runs behind all these people's property, and it tends to get flooded. So just do a little drive around so you guys can see kind of the damage that we're talking about, and maybe you guys can pray for these people and do anything you can for them. So this pile right here is a good buddy of mine. He is a fellow captain in Naples, and I'm not sure if he's gonna want any help as far as financial, but I'm gonna talk to him and see if any of you guys want to donate to his house. He got probably 2 feet, and once you get over that 1 foot 16 inches somewhere in there line, all your appliances are trashed, all your furniture is trashed. It's a nightmare, but you know, we're gonna do our best to help the community and keep moving on. I really don't know what else to say, but we will rebuild. We will be back stronger, and thank you guys for your support. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers, and we do mean it, but that's kind of all you can do. But you just look at how low these houses are and how they were built long time ago, and all of them got flooded. So here's a quick clip, and I'll slow it down for you guys, of all the sand that came over the dunes on our beaches and just filled the streets with sand. So you can see this truck right here from my angle, probably half a truck in sand, 3 feet maybe. But the power of water is unbelievable. Here is 15th Avenue South. This will give you a little bit better perspective. So the Gulf is right there, and when the water comes up as high as it does and the waves are as high as they are, it carries everything. Sand, debris, everything in the Gulf comes over the dunes and into the streets. So the power of water is amazing. And then if you come down just to the next block, you'll see it's higher. So no sand, very little debris. So with these storms, it's amazing how a little bit in elevation change, 1 foot, 2 feet, 6 inches, makes a big difference. And you never realize that each block, each house is different. But when there's a bunch of water around, you find out really quick who's lower than somebody else, higher than somebody else. But every inch matters. So I wasn't sure how to end this video, so I came to my parents' house to show you guys a little bit of the water line that they are dealing with. So right here's the garage door. So you've got probably 12 to 14 inches, something like that. And on the inside, they only got about 1.5 inches, maybe an inch. And I think it was because of the Flex Seal and the expanding foam in a can right here. That helped a lot. So we did the same thing here that we did at my place. Every inch of every crack, every door was insulated with the foam and the Flex Seal. And it did work to a degree, but it wasn't perfect. If you would comment below if any of you guys had perfect success with any remedy, we'd love to know about it, love to hear about it. And thank you guys for all the love and support. If you would, support local. If you come to Florida, if you're visiting Southwest Florida, any place that got impacted by the hurricane, try not to go to your big corporate places, go mom and pop, and help your small local businesses that really did get affected in this one. But thanks all for the love and support as always, and we'll see you guys hopefully offshore soon if the storms, we're done with the storms. I don't want any more. All right, see ya.